Right, phone number one, just as we were pulling up, overheated. We're in the parish of Chanctonbury, All Saints Church, 11th century. They still do have services here every Sunday, which is amazing. So we've got a bit of a walk across country to go and have a look. But we shall have a little trip and see what we can find. Well, not literally. As I say, this church is a little bit more remote. I can't imagine people coming here for Sunday service, especially in the evenings, because it is a bit off the beaten track. But here we are. It's like one of these poo stick bridges. The original poo stick bridges in Sussex, I believe. Haven't been there since I was a kid, but we are literally, some very interesting fungus. Literally in the woods. There's a stream going off in that direction. Continues that way. And then you wind your way through here to get to the church. As I say, not the most accessible from a disability point of view. I wouldn't want to come here in the evening, because I think Buncton Chapel. So today, lads, I'm taking you in the woods. I'm going to do my best David Bellamy in, oh god, steps. You go in the woods, the last thing you expect to find is steps. Anyone with a heart condition, steps are like our kryptonite. Here we are. If I collapse here, nobody will find me. We've just come up from down there. Still got a bit more to go. I don't know how many people make this journey on a regular basis on a Sunday for service, but they have to come here one Sunday and find out. God, I'm out of breath. Here we are. The entrance is marked by a couple of gravestones. Very weathered ones. Ooh. And there we are. An 11th century church. Buncton Chapel, I believe, is the name of it. AB 1894, EB 1902. Here it sits, right in the middle of farmland. Some very strangely shaped headstones there. Doesn't look like anyone's really been buried here recently. There's one over there that looks more modern than the rest. See what we can see. Sorry mate, I'll stand on your grave. Thomas Allen, 1891. Can you read that much? There's one here. That's this one. Elsie Ellen Dow, Died in 1945, age 49. So we've had some 40s and 60s. Oh, I found a bench, Roy. This would be a nice bench to sit at. Another view. Once again, this little church, on a good day, it's probably about a 20-minute drive from home. Yeah, lovely little chapel church. Like most of these rural ones now, they're kept locked to avoid vandalism and pilfering and that kind of stuff. Alright, here's a bench. So we'll sit on the bench. Should have brought me sandwich. Could have sat here and had me sandwich. Don't really feel like going all the way back to the car to get me sandwich now. There's another bench over there in the shade. Oh, look, that was a little sit down. If I sit down, I'll never get up again. Off in the distance, you can see the downs. So at the moment, we're the other side of the hills at the back of Worthing. So Worthing is the other side of those hills. Yep. Now that row of trees up there on top of the hill is Chanctonbury, which is another very famous site. And you've got Chanctonbury, and then overlooking Worthing you've got Sisbury Hill, which is a big Iron Age fort. Celtic cross. Love the old bell, just hanging up there with a rope. You tug on to ring the bell. Doesn't need to be any more complex than that, does it? So many things nowadays are just made technological solutions. Well, you don't need them. You need a bell and a bit of rope, that's all you need. Yeah. Hunchback of Notre Dame, what did he have? A bell, well, a couple of bells and some ropes, and that was it. It would not have been the same film if it had been electronic. Got moles. Look, got molehills. So definitely the moles like this ground. Made out of flint, like a lot of construction around here, because it's everywhere. Chalk and flint. Let's have a look. There's a path here. Let's have a wander, see where it goes. Aha, now this shows you how rural it is, because I've just gone through that gate in the churchyard and we got a harvest going on, or a crop being grown. That's good, you can get an idea. As I say, the other side of that hill is Worthing, which is about a 20-minute drive. But here we've got a field of, I don't know, corn, is it? Wheat. I'm not very good on things like that. Over there in the distance, I would imagine that's the farmhouse. There's a lovely breeze here as well. It's obviously a recognised footpath and such like. But there's that bell again, I love that bell. Mrs H needs a bell like that to call the boys and me down for tea. Although, to be honest, she'd probably prefer if Deliveroo delivered the tea. Yeah, very fortunate, very fortunate. Another farm building off in the distance. Very nice. As I say, if you don't know where it is, you could drive straight past it without ever seeing it. And it's a bit off-putting, the quite convoluted little route through the woods and over the bridge to get here. But well worth a visit. Got to mind the molehills. The last thing I want to do is go twist my ankle. Now there's a man, I don't know if you can read the name on that, but his name was James Charles Oliver Sowerbutts, S-O-W-E-R-B-U-T-T-S. Departed this life in 1921 at the age of 84. Sowerbutts. When you think you've got a problem with a name, you could have been given Sowerbutts. That definitely would have been a name you would have got bullied and picked on for. Have a walk round. So it's lovely. It's a lovely building. And you can see all the original construction techniques and how they had the little windows. They had to be defendable. And the tower again. A few more graves. Yeah. You want a secluded spot to come and eat your sandwiches. I don't think you can find a better one. And we've got a blue sky as well. Right, we'll make our way back. Headstones always used to be so ornate. A lot of history. You can actually glean a lot of history from what's written on headstones. We're going to look at Broadwater Cemetery, where the military burials are in the town. And those headstones really do tell you of battles that people fought in. As I say, there was one guy buried in Broadwater who was at Rorke's Rift, of all places. He actually was there during the battle. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Right, let's see if we can successfully get back to the car without breaking an ankle. But as I say, can't imagine on a Sunday making your way up through here. Gonna have to do it one Sunday. Bring Mrs H and the boys. Another very old gravestone. The Dalmons died 1917, age 72. So must have been born about 1850. So you imagine the things he saw, changes and that kind of stuff. Oh, there's another Dalmon, lots of Dalmons. This one died, she was only 11 months old. Died in 1880, infant son of James and Mary Dalmon. Now look at this, this is one, as I say, history. In loving memory of John, son of James and Mary Dalmon, Bombardier, Royal Field Artillery, who died in Pretoria, South Africa, of enteric fever, E-N-T-E-R-I-C. Somebody look that up, find out what that was. He was 28 years old. So he was in the Royal Artillery in South Africa in 1902, age 28, and he died of enteric fever, and he was a bombardier in the Royal Field Artillery. as I say, you know, things like that, they give life perspective and history. Not sure this one's readable. No. Well, as I say, as long as somebody remembers them, they're never gone. But this is the woodland path that you have to come to. If they did a midnight mass, you'd have to bring, God knows what, you'd have to bring torches, or certainly giant altar candles to get up here, because it would be perilous. When you get in this wooded bit, you know, you can really not hear the traffic much at all now. Oh, right, back to the steps. There's little creatures off in the trees. You can hear them rustling and such like. They're obviously watching, but keeping their distance. It's probably going to be like one of those horror films that James is always watching, or Roy's wife. He was last seen in the woods going to the church. Well, I've got a video record of my last journey. As I say, obviously people get worn out doing these steps because they put a bench here. The Buncton Chapel bench, for those of you who are just about to ascend the steps. You may need a rest. Good idea. Don't blame them. Somebody's been thinking ahead there. Right. Oh, down the path. Back over the bridge. Last time I went to the Pooh Sticks Bridge, I think it was about twice as long as this one. It wasn't, you know, exactly impressive, but similar construction, but about twice as long, and the stream or river it runs through was a lot deeper and a lot wider. Somebody there has kind of carved out another seat before you start to climb up these steps. Oh. You can hear a road noise now. And because we've been in the shade, this camera hasn't overheated, which is good. And there's a car. The beast is awaiting us. Right, that was Buncton Chapel. As I say, this road is a little country road. So it's not the busiest.